everyone. Welcome to another episode of Movie Charts. And in this episode, we are going to be going over our predictions for what we think the top 10 movies of the box office for the rest of the year will be. It's likely that most of these movies won't release this year, but we're sort of just doing some fun speculation here. It's sort of more of a fantasy world than the real world.
Yeah.
And before we get into our top 10s, let's get some honorable mention. So do you want to go first, Ben, with your honorable mention?
Yeah, definitely. Will we start with the domestic or the worldwide?
Let's go domestic first.
Okay, so my number 13 is Top Gun 2.
Ooh.
And I have that coming in with $55 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that much money. It was a toss-up between Top Gun 2 and Free Guy.
Yes, yeah.
And I will trust Tom Cruise's star power over Ryan Reynolds any day.
Yeah. I think I have a little bit higher. That one's in my top 10. But Free Guy is one of my honorable mentions.
Free Guy, it doesn't have any stars. You know, Ryan Reynolds is hit or miss.
He is, yeah.
So I just don't see that connecting, especially in 2020.
Yeah, it'd probably make Green Lantern numbers or less, which is like 200 million worldwide or lower.
Yeah, I don't even think that's... I mean, it could, but
Yeah.
I don't have that in my worldwide honorable mentions either.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually my number 12 is The Conjuring 3. That maybe was 70 million. I'm not sure with this either.
Yeah.
Because the Conjuring franchise itself has kind of been going down since The Nun. But I think with The Conjuring 3, it could be big, but it could easily just do okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 11 is Soul with $75 million. I don't think Soul's going to do well at all.
Oh, wow. I have that high on my list.
No, there's only so much room.
It's true, I guess. Well, pretty much, we don't know what will happen with any of them.
Yeah.
But mine are A Quiet Place Part 2 for honorable mentions. I think that would make like maybe 100 million domestically.
Yeesh. Oh my God. Very high.
Yeah, and maybe in the 200s worldwide. But all of my predictions are optimistic for this.
They're very optimistic.
Yeah. And then Free Guy. And then I also said Croods 2, which is apparently still scheduled for December.
That's going to come out this year?
Apparently. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but the first one was...
I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Peacock.
Yeah, it could. That would actually not be a bad move.
Yeah, it could happen, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, let's get into our top 10s then. I'll do my 10 first. So we'll do it in a way where I do my 10, then your 10, then my 9, and so on.
Yeah, makes sense.
So my 10 is a movie that already came out. It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Jesus God, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For number 10.
That's at 10. Do you have that higher? Probably.
Way higher, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, what's your 10 then?
Well, my number 10 is Doolittle with 77 million.
Oh, okay.
I think Doolittle's still going to stay in there.
Yeah. Because
again, domestic box office, it's not in my worldwide, but domestic box office is going to take a while to bounce back.
It is. Yeah, Sonic made a good amount domestically, like 140, I think.
Yeah, 146.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. I could see that.
What's your number 9?
My 9 is Bad Boys for Life, which is still currently the number 1 at the box office, but I have it at number 9 for... Yeah, for not for domestic, but for worldwide.
I think there's a strong chance that Bad Boys for Life will stay the number 1 movie of the year.
Worldwide, too?
Not worldwide, but I do think there's a strong chance that will be the number 1 domestic movie.
I think there's a strong chance for that too. I only have, I think, 2 movies that would make more than it domestically. Just
Yeah,
by a little bit.
I don't know. I think you got a lot of faith in Americans returning to movie theaters. You really do.
Yeah, I do. I'm being a little optimistic. Wait, did you say you're 9?
My number 9 is Dune.
Dune. Oh,
Yeah, I think Dune will make about
Dune.
$80 million.
18 million?
80, no,
Oh,
80.
80. Okay. Okay.
I think with how Arrival did really well.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049 did well for a movie if it didn't have such a big budget.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Dune has a similar budget, so that's not going to cut it.
Yeah. No. Well,
But
we'll get to my predictions for Dune in a little bit.
mhm.
But at 8, I have Top Gun Maverick, which I think would make, God, you're gonna cringe at these numbers, but 165 million domestically
Wow,
and 490 million worldwide.
that's that's not a bad bet, especially since Tom Cruise is so strong overseas.
Yeah. And I mean, the first one adjusted for inflation did like 800 million. And it's around Christmas time, but
Yeah, it
I
could
don't
be a
know.
hit.
It could be. There's going to be a lot at Christmas time, though, if there's
Yeah,
actually going to be stuff.
and I think if any movie can break out, it will be Dune.
Yeah, I agree.
That's I don't know. My number 8 is Birds of Prey
Oh,
with
yeah.
$84.1 million.
That would
Really
be crazy
pathetic.
if a
Well,
year where Birds of Prey is still in the top 10.
I still think I don't think it's I don't I think $84 million is good enough for 2020. I do.
Probably is.
It definitely should have done better. Like no
It should
doubt.
have, yeah.
That's a huge embarrassment for DC. Even though I like the movie, no
Yeah.
way.
Did it even break it? Did it break even?
I think the number had to break even was 250 million. It made like 200 million.
Oh God.
It's a shame, but
Yeah.
hopefully the Suicide Squad can resurrect Harley Quinn.
Yeah. That's
okay. Number 7.
7. Well, my 7 is Tenet. I have 190 million domestically and 550 million worldwide.
Okay, that's not a bad worldwide bet, especially because I think the worldwide box office will be way stronger than domestic.
Yeah, it totally.
But still
With everywhere else is doing better. And well, we don't really know about China right now, but even without China, it'll make
China will be a huge deciding factor for Mulan as well.
Yes, definitely for Mulan. But Christopher Nolan, I mean, he brings in a certain amount of people with all of his movies, and
that's true.
He's adamant about being the first guy to release a movie.
In America.
Yeah.
Did you see that recent tweet that he said that he rejected releasing the film overseas? Like
right now, because America. Oh, I could see that because I don't think it could be a spoilery movie.
Yeah, because it's tied to Inception, maybe. There's a lot of things.
A lot of twists, maybe. But I think there's a lot of potential risks or potential rewards with being the first big movie to open. It could be a huge hit or a huge bomb. Yeah. So what are we at? Is it number 7? We're at you're number 7, yeah.
Okay, my number 7 is No Time to Die with 110 million because Bond is very old.
Oh, you have No Time to Die at number 7.
Yeah, I was expecting a big drop off before coronavirus. After coronavirus, I think it's lucky if it makes $100 million.
Wow. Worldwide or domestically?
Domestic.
Okay.
Worldwide, Bond's always been strong in the UK, so always make money here.
Mm-hmm. And the UK is doing better than most places, I think.
Yeah. UK's finally kind of gotten their act together.
Mm-hmm.
But the cases here in Ireland, they're really good. But we're not a big enough market to really have a movie make any money.
Well, it's not until November anyway, so maybe.
Hmm. Yeah,
Maybe
there's time.
I think later on in the year, the better chance you have at making more box office,
Yeah.
just because there's more time. But my number 6 is Mulan.
Same number 6.
Oh, you do? Nice. I have it at 200 million domestically and 565 million worldwide.
Oh, are we supposed to be saying the worldwide numbers now?
If you want to, yeah. Do you want to go back
Okay.
through the other ones?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go back through my top 10. So,
Most of them, I mean, you don't really have to say it for the ones that already have released, because those are,
very few of them made it on. So,
yeah.
so far, my number 10 for worldwide is 210 million for Dune.
Okay.
My number 9 is Soul with 220 million. Doolittle is number 8 with 223, and Sonic is number 7 with 306.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very realistic numbers.
Very realistic. And so Mulan is number 6. How much did you say it would make?
Worldwide, I said 565 million.
I have it coming in at a stellar $325 million.
Oh. That it would lose. I think pretty much all the movies so far would lose money.
Yeah, I don't think Mulan, under normal circumstances, and if the actress hadn't gotten political, Mulan would have made $1 billion.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
And China is still a question. Like, who knows? I think when they made the movie was a big intention to appeal to the Chinese audience, but who knows if that's going to happen now.
It's not.
Yeah, no. Who knows what's going on in China? They aren't sharing anything. And then next, so that was both our number 6s. So is it my 5 or your 5?
Yeah. You go your 5.
Okay. Well, my 5 technically is Dune. That's because I have realistic numbers for Dune and then like previous pre-coronavirus numbers, but the realistic numbers are 195 million domestically and 575 worldwide.
Wow, okay.
Yes, those are the realistic numbers, though. I mean, before this, it would have made $1 billion easily. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think Dune could make Mad Max money, maybe up to 400 million if it's really lucky. But I'm not sure with Dune. I really don't feel good about it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's releasing in December, which there's been a lot of like previous sci-fi hits in December, like the Hobbit films, obviously.
And Mortal Engines. Never forget that, Jim.
Yeah. Yes.
$1 million, I think that's how much it is.
There was
Aquaman, Jumanji and stuff.
Jumanji, yeah. I think the Narnia movies came out in December. And one of those was a hit, I think. But December is also crowded, and I don't probably think it will stay in December. I think something will probably take its place, sadly.
I think something realistic would be Wonder Woman to go to Dune's spot in December.
Yeah, that seems.
And then
likely.
Dune will take Mortal Kombat's date in January.
Do you think Tenet would go to Wonder Woman's date? Probably.
That's realistic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if it moves out of December, Dune's box office chances go down significantly. Dune in January is not a good look for the film.
No, but it would still qualify for awards because they moved that deadline back to January.
Yeah.
So it could still work out for Dune. It could still be big.
Mm-hmm. Could still win some awards even if it doesn't make some money.
Yeah, it's kind of a lock for a lot of them.
A lot of technical ones, yeah. So what was did you say your number 5?
My number 5 is Sonic with $146 million.
Oh, there's Sonic, yeah. That's crazy. At number 5.
At number 5.
At number 5. Sonic.
Yeah, my worldwide numbers, they're a bit more bolder. I was a bit more bold with worldwide, but with domestic, I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah. What do you have at number 5 worldwide?
Bad Boys for Life,
Uh,
419.
Bad Boys did better than I expected worldwide.
It did so, like, the numbers that Bad Boys for Life made were the numbers I was expecting for Birds of Prey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be
And
fair, those should have been Birds of Prey's numbers, because that's just insane that Will Smith, Gemini Man Will Smith, was able to beat Margot Robbie.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
In a DC film, of all things.
In a DC movie, it's all just insane.
Mm-hmm. And it released in
Crazy.
January.
And there's so many things about all those sentences that are just mad.
It's crazy. It would be even crazier if it ends up being the number 1 film of this year.
Yeah, I think there's a strong chance for that domestic, as you're going to see as we go up.
Yeah. Well, now we're at number 4. And number 4, I have Soul, which I said 210 million domestically and 585 million worldwide.
That's
I
a
think,
lot.
Yeah. It's the only really family film for this Thanksgiving. I mean, if hopefully there can be movie going during Thanksgiving, but who knows? And it looks a lot like Inside Out, which made 1.2 billion, I think, worldwide, which I forgot that, but when I was looking this up, it made 1.2 billion.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I did not think that made $1 billion. I thought it was like 800 million.
That's what I thought too, and I was surprised.
Wow, yeah, good for Pixar.
Yeah. It's from the same director, so it's probably going to be a good movie. But I don't know. I have high hopes for it. I also think it's a very big Oscar contender.
Yeah, it could be one of those best picture, not just animated feature, but best picture place.
Yeah, I think it could very likely be one of the best picture nominations. Only the 4th animated film to do it.
Yeah, but again, I think all of the animated films that were nominated for best picture, I don't think any of them deserved it.
What was it? Up, Toy Story 3, and Beauty and the Beast, right?
Oh, Beauty and the Beast did. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast did.
I think that one probably deserved it. I don't know about the other two.
I would say Mulan and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse deserve it more.
Spider-Verse did deserve it because that 2018 was weak.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, only 2 of those movies deserved it.
Yeah, there was Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, all in getting nominated. Even Black Panther.
Yeah. I liked Vice a lot. I loved Vice, but I hated Bohemian Rhapsody. And I even didn't really like Black Klansman all that much.
I liked Black Klansman, but
a lot of people did. I know I'm a minority on that.
I also think Inside Out probably. Actually, 2015 was a busy year, but I think it was
strong, actually, yeah. Because we got Mad Max that year.
Yeah. That was the year. Did Spotlight win that year?
Yeah, of all the movies. Spotlight won.
Yeah. But that's an odd choice.
Yeah.
It's a good
the least exciting choice.
So what do you have at number 4?
Number 4. My number 4 domestic is the same worldwide, and that's Tenet.
Tenet. How much do you think it's going to make?
155 in America, and that's if it's lucky, like $155 million. And then worldwide, I have it coming in at 460 million.
Oh,
and if you saw a few tweets yesterday, it's supposed to make $800 million to just break even.
Yeah, it's going to lose so much money.
It's got to get out of 2020 if it wants to make that much money.
Yeah, Warner Brothers made a stupid deal with that movie too. I mean, they gave him like 250 million to make it, and then like 20% of the cut.
If I'm being honest, I think Tenet was a big risk before, because I think Nolan, Interstellar and Dunkirk kind of underperformed a small bit.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
but
definitely
I still think it was
lower.
Sorry?
Definitely lower than previous Nolan films were.
Yeah.
I think lots of people thought this could have done Inception numbers before coronavirus, but
yeah, I think it definitely could have.
Now I don't know. It's very much the experiment.
Yeah, I think it's a very expensive experiment, though.
It is, yeah. A little too expensive. It's not like it has a whole bunch of CGI or something.
No, I think that amount of money is just unnecessary. Tenet better blow us all away and be
Yeah,
really
it
good.
doesn't. It doesn't have a bunch of huge stars to pay either.
I know, like Kenneth Branagh and Elizabeth Debicki do not sell tickets.
No, and John David Washington's new. Pattinson. It's
Mm,
not really a star yet. Hopefully, after Batman.
mm. He
But
better be a star after the Batman.
yeah, but yeah, Tenet it's risky. But at 3, I have Wonder Woman 84.
That's a
Um,
strong pick.
yeah, making 215 million domestically and 590 million worldwide. I think the October date is odd for Wonder Woman. I don't know if it like fits the October season. If movies release then, I would imagine there's gonna be some like Candyman, some horror films that may feel more relevant than a Wonder Woman film would then. But there also isn't a lot of competition in October, so it
Yeah,
could still do pretty well.
especially since Halloween Kills just moved. I
Yeah,
think that was the only really strong thing that could have made. And look, here's the other thing. It could just be pointless doing this entire thing because if Universal won't release a horror movie in Halloween
yeah,
that cost like $20 million to make at most, how is WB going to release an action movie that costs like $200 million?
yeah.
It can't happen.
Yeah, it's not very likely that most of these films we're talking about are blockbusters that cost a lot, and I would say we'd be lucky if like 2 of these released this year. Probably like Tenet
Yeah,
and Mulan, maybe Dune,
yeah.
hopefully.
Well, my number 3 is Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Hmm.
Yeah, how much? How much?
Actually, $180 million
180 domestically.
domestic. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's I won't give away where it is in my worldwide list yet, but I will say that my
okay.
worldwide top 10 is No Time. At number 3 is No Time to Die with 480 million.
That's yeah. That's that movie. I think is similar to Tenet that it costs a crazy amount.
I don't know why. I think Bond was going to slip no matter what. I think it's incredibly weak at the moment.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's been a while since Spectre, which was 2015, I think. So probably going to be 6 years until we see the next one because I don't think it's coming out this year. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
a long wait, but maybe that would work out for it in its favor. But I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
I have that one at number 2. I I say for that one 190 million domestically, and I said 600 million worldwide,
Yeah, that seems fair.
which is on the optimistic end, but it would still lose money at that because I think it costs
Really?
250 million to make, and then I think they said pushing it back to November cost them another 50 million. So then marketing, I don't know. It's a
That's
very
insane.
it's very expensive, yeah.
For Black Widow, like, wow.
Yeah, and yeah, Black Widow would be good competition for Bond
Yeah,
because
I
she's
think
only a few weeks ahead.
yeah, I think Bond's going to get killed by Black Widow, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
In America.
yeah, she would. I think she's right now the more relevant spy than he is.
Yeah.
What do you have at number 2?
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys. Oh wow, that's
Mm.
domestically
Yeah.
right.
And I still think that there's a chance that it will beat my number 1, and that's at 204.4 million.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
that is for Bad Boys. Yeah, that one I don't think costs a lot either. I wouldn't imagine, other
Yeah.
than paying Will
Those
Smith.
directors are looking.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, so yeah, my number 2 worldwide is Wonder Woman 1984.
So how much do you think that would make worldwide?
$590 million, the same as you.
Oh wow. So maybe that will come to fruition.
Hmm.
I don't know. Do you think that would still be good for that film?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I
Probably.
don't think the budget was too insane.
I don't think so either. Well, didn't they do some reshoots?
They
Or
did do a lot of reshoots and they did push it back a lot, so it could have been ballooned by that.
Yeah. And you also really don't know about the marketing with all these films because they already did most of their marketing budget. And now if they
Yeah.
have to re-release it, that may be even more money.
I mean, WB is lucky that they're doing DC Fandom because
Yeah.
they don't have to like really pay to advertise Wonder Woman there.
No, they don't. And I think that's going to be a pretty big event, I think. I think there's a lot of
Oh,
people
hell yeah.
funding it. I'd imagine a new trailer. I don't know. That may be risky to release a new Wonder Woman trailer then. Because you don't
Yeah,
really
we could maybe get looks at Cheetah or something because I think they may as well just release her now
yeah.
because she's not still taken until the movie.
That
It's not
those
happening.
images are everywhere too. They just need to
All we
give
need
it
is a high res one.
Yeah. Well then I guess we're going on to the number ones now, which for me was Black Widow. I said 220 million domestically and 630 million worldwide.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think originally it probably would have made $1 billion just because it's the Marvel movie. I think especially since it would have been like a year if it released in May since the last Marvel movie, but maybe the extra gap, like waiting extra long, creates more of a like Marvel crave or hunger. But I don't know how many people are going to be willing to go early November.
Yeah, I think it could have done maybe Thor Ragnarok numbers before
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, that's probably around like 800 something million, right?
Yeah, I think it's 840.
Yeah, that would have been good for it, especially since I would imagine it's not as high budgeted as something like Thor Ragnarok.
No, but yeah, we don't know anymore after coronavirus. They all have to push and use more money. It's really unfortunate for some of these really big movies.
Yeah, and Black Widow's like whole marketing was pretty much done. There was already a final trailer and everything.
Yeah.
Is that your number one, or do you have something else?
No, my number one is Wonder Woman 1984.
How much is your prediction for that?
Half of the first film, 210 million.
210. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, the only reason I put it at number one is because the first film was a phenomenon in America. Like the domestic numbers, it basically owned summer 2017.
It did, yeah.
So I'm just thinking that, I still think that Bad Boys for Life could easily be number one, but I think that Wonder Woman has the edge because it was such a huge deal.
Yeah, it was. I think it made like more than 400 million domestically the first time.
Yeah, 420 something.
That's pretty good. And
yeah,
is that your number one worldwide too?
No, my number one worldwide is Black Widow with $605 million.
That was pretty close to what I said.
I think they're all really close. The movies themselves are like No Time to Die, Black Widow, and Wonder Woman are very much in a race for the number one worldwide spot.
Yeah, they're definitely, if they all released this year, going to be the top three, the biggest contenders. Probably with like Tenet and Mulan close by. We had a lot of the same films.
Yeah. Again, it just depends on how all this develops,
Yeah, it's very much dependent on the whole Corona situation. Okay, well, that was our prediction for the top 10 movies if everything goes as planned, which isn't likely for 2020. And that's really all for right now.